17 and a half years married, 4 kids. I begged this man, please, I've never been out of the U.S. Can we please go out of the U.S.? I want to experience something new. Can we travel? Can we do something? No. I get a text from him 5 minutes ago. What does it say? Hey, I need your permission. It's in the planning, but me and Aaron, his fiance, are taking her kids and he wants to take Kylie to Mexico for spring break. And I said, because he needs my permission to do that. And I said, absolutely, it's a great experience for her. Just please watch her, have fun and be safe. But it's really, really hard for me because it's like 17 and a half years, 4 kids, and I begged you to take us or to take me and to do those kinds of trips and to spend that kind of time with us. And it was always no. And now you're giving this woman everything that I begged you for. Everything I begged you for, you are giving to her. People do that because they want to feel heard. And they want to know that they're validated for feeling the way that they're feeling, that it's not right and it isn't okay. And it confirms my choice to divorce was right. Even though I'm the one that was shamed and I'm the one that lost friends of 15 years because they didn't want to be associated with me anymore because
Yo, what's going on, guys? Hope you're all doing well. So on today's episode, based on that first clip, we're talking about dating and relationships in your mid-30s and beyond, how priorities shift, why some people struggle after breakups or divorce, and what actually changes when the highlight reel expectations meet real life. This video we're reacting to comes from Manosphere. If you enjoyed this kind of commentary, go check out his channel and show support. All right, let's jump in. As always, leave your thoughts in the comments and keep it respectful.
Well, that's it. I'm throwing the towel in. I'm done. I'm not going to try dating anymore. TikTok has spoke, and some of the comments from men like you, they told me that nobody wants a almost 36-year-old single mom and 20-somethings without any kids.
Sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
I'm single, childless, 39, and I live in Brooklyn. I am not responsible for the emotional labor of a man-child.
Dude, I love that phrase, emotional labor. It's one of those shiny new buzzwords that sounds deep enough to win arguments without ever having to define anything. Same category as toxic masculinity, weaponized incompetence, the mental load. Terms that can be useful in the right context, sure, but online they often get used like a fog machine. Just vague enough to blame men as a concept without actually talking about the specific behavior, the specific person, or the specific situation. It's kind of beautiful, honestly. You say the phrase, everyone nods, and suddenly you've got moral high ground. No evidence required.
I don't have to clean up after someone else because they'll get to it later. I'm not showing up for somebody who's barely making an effort and then throwing a tantrum when I ask for the bare minimum. I make my own money and I get whatever I need and want for myself whenever I want to. I have an amazing apartment. I'm an aunt to 5 amazing children, which is arguably better than actually having them because I get to give them back. And I refuse to ever believe when women would tell me I was too picky.
I mean, with or the one openly saying you're struggling with dating, so I'm not sure why certain parts are being put in quotation marks like it's all some mysterious conspiracy. At some point, outcomes start matching patterns. And notice what she leads with. The career highlights, the accomplishments, the apartment. Cool, genuinely, good for her. But if you're trying to attract a serious partner and your pitch starts sounding like a real estate listing, don't be surprised when it doesn't hit the way you think it will. Because most men aren't choosing a long-term relationship based on square footage and a job title. Those things are fine, but they're not the hook. What actually lands is how you treat people, what your energy is like day to day, whether you're pleasant to be around, and whether the relationship feels like peace instead of a constant negotiation. So if the complaint is dating isn't working, and the first offer is an apartment, yeah, that's probably not the missing piece.
Even though their husbands have like gambling addictions. So ultimately, if a great guy comes around who's willing to be an equal partner, awesome.
Honestly, the whole equality in relationship slogan sounds great on a poster, but real-life dating isn't a math equation. People don't pick partners by lining up identical stats and calling it fair. They pick based on attraction, values, lifestyle, and what they believe they can get. And here's the part that gets messy. A lot of women, and a lot of men too, tend to date with preferences that aren't perfectly equal. Some people aim for higher in certain areas. Looks, money, status, confidence, social skills, whatever. That doesn't mean everyone does it, but it's common enough that pretending it doesn't exist feels dishonest. Dating apps make this even more extreme. App culture pushes people to filter fast and chase top picks, so attention concentrates on a smaller slice of users. That can create the perception that everyone is shooting upward, even if real-world dating is usually more balanced than the app ecosystem. So yeah, if you're watching the dating market through the lens of Tinder stats and viral clips, equality can look like a fantasy. But the real conclusion isn't women don't respect equals. It's apps and social dynamics reward selectivity and hype, and that distorts expectations on both sides.
I'm totally down for that. Otherwise, I'm good.
Yeah, guys, can you smell the level of copium coming from her? She doesn't need a man and she's perfectly happy, alone at 39. That's why she feels the need to make TikToks and show everybody how happy she is. Welcome back, guys, to a new episode of Women Hitting Oh, and by the way, guys, watch till the end, cause this is a very special episode dedicated to all the simps out there that doubted me.
Can we get a simp chat? Simp.
Hello, Hot Mess Express over here. So I was talking to this guy, right? We went on like 2 dates, had a few phone calls, like nothing serious, but like most women nowadays, of like my past, like kind of got in the way. And I offended him by like saying, you know, am I the only chick you're talking to? Because in my past, I was not ever the only one. I was.
Man, if you're asking a guy, am I the only person you're talking to? Most of the time, the honest answer is probably no. Especially if you met on a dating app. That's not even some evil mastermind plan. That's just how modern dating works when nothing's exclusive yet. And here's the uncomfortable reality. Attention tends to cluster. A smaller group of highly attractive or high-demand people, men and women, often end up talking to multiple matches at once because they're the ones getting most of the swipes and messages. Meanwhile, the more stable, low-drama options can get overlooked because they don't create the same spark or excitement. So when someone says, he's probably talking to other women, yeah, he might be. If he's high demand, that's kind of the default unless you've had an exclusivity talk. The real question isn't, how dare he? It's, why am I consistently choosing the kind of person whose attention is hardest to secure? Because if you keep going for the most in-demand option, you're also choosing competition. That's the trade-off. And if you want stability and exclusivity, the strategy has to match that goal. Pick people who are actually oriented toward commitment, and have the exclusivity conversation early. So yeah, he probably is talking to other women, until someone makes it exclusive. That's not cynicism, that's just the current market.
Like 1 of 10. So just like respectfully wanted to know. Well, I offended him because his ex-wife was a crazy bitch and cheated at him. Whatever. And so the next day he was like, you know, you came off too strong. The next day isn't today. He was like, you came off too strong. I want more than I can offer you, blah, 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 blah. But he goes, but if you want casual sex from time to time, I'm not opposed to that. I offended you by asking if I was the only one. But yet do I want to have casual sex with you? No. No.
I don't know what I'm looking for. I don't know what I want, but that is just rude.
Thank you. Come again.
So in her past dating chats, she was one of 10 other women. And I'm pretty sure she also told him that. But now she's over 30 and like all women her age, she has standards and doesn't want to hook up. But she also says she doesn't know what she is looking for or what she wants. Ma'am, you are over 30 and from what you said, your life is a mess. You should have already figured everything out by now.
So I recently started dating again. After being in a relationship for 15 years, I decided it was finally time to dip my toe into the dating pool. I thought this could be fun. You know, maybe I would meet someone. If nothing else, like maybe I'd make some friends. Yeah, I was not prepared for the onslaught of misadventures that transpired.
Misadventures.
I know that the dating world has changed quite a bit. You know, I mean, everything's gone online and all that fun stuff, and I was okay with that. But nothing could have prepared me for any of what I've encountered.
Okay, update that like 2 people asked for. I just got home from date number 2. And he brought me these. Date number 1 was phenomenal. This man knows how to plan a date. So for the first date, we met and then drove together to a beach that we had never been to before, either one of us. He packed a picnic, like a full spread. Like the spread was impressive. Like strawberries, whipped cream, sushi, chips, dip, like cookies, like everything, and a bottle of wine. It was unreal. Like hands down the best date I've ever been on. Update. Yeah, he's a piece of shit. Thank you.
Thank you. Come again.
The date was perfect, so later that day we smashed and the next day he ghosted me. Yeah, that about sums it up.
Why did I just have a Michael Jackson man in the mirror moment about my dating life? The fact that I am so burnt out from dating is because I've been the one doing the chasing men in this economy. Why? So I think my goal for 2023 is to just fall back and let the men come to me. Now, I don't know where y'all gonna find me at because I really don't be leaving the house, but we gonna have to make this work. We gonna have to figure this out because I refuse to chase any more men because it really just takes the romance out of that whole situation. You know what I mean? Like, I can't explain it. I just feel like it's not divine feminine energy for me to be doing that. And I want to like sit my divine feminine energy. So y'all gonna chase me. Y'all gonna chase me this year.
I know some of you guys would like for women to chase men, ask men out, but in my opinion that's a big problem. A woman that has no problem to come up to you and ask you out, she has had a lot of experience to be confident enough to do that. Plus, in my opinion, it's a masculine trait. And the other big point to note is that women that chase, like her, will never chase an average man. They will always chase a guy that is above her in looks, money and status. That's why she had no luck chasing men, cause those men don't want her.
And this is why I don't automatically buy the "I have no options" storyline. A lot of guys watch clips like this and feel bad, because on the surface it looks tough. But here's what people forget. A lot of women do have attention and opportunities. The frustration often comes from not getting the specific kind of option they want. If you compare the average woman's DMs or dating app matches to the average man's, the volume is usually very different. That doesn't mean it's all high quality or all serious, but it does mean the problem isn't always "no one wants me." Sometimes it's "the ones I want aren't choosing me back." And that's not victimhood, that's dating. Everyone deals with it in some form. The moment you start framing it like the world is unfair instead of asking, are my expectations matching what I'm offering? You're going to stay stuck. Also, confidence is great, self-care is great, but none of that guarantees a specific person will commit to you. If you're chasing someone who has tons of options, you're competing. So you need more than a self-image, you need compatibility, mutual effort, and realism. All right, let's keep going. We're going to jump ahead a bit and catch the last part of the clip.
For feeling the way that they're feeling, that it's not right and it isn't okay. And it confirms my choice to divorce was right. Even though I'm the one that was shamed and I'm the one that lost friends of 15 years because they didn't want to be associated with me anymore because I walked away.
Wait. So you walked away because he didn't have time to go with you on trips. You have 4 kids. That man probably worked night and day to provide so you have a good life. And you were mad he didn't have time for you? Yeah, now after he lost half his money and spent all those years working for nothing cause you left, he probably said, yeah, I'm going to have trips with my new fiancée cause life is short and one day you can lose it all.
I've said this before, but one of the fastest ways to trigger insecurity in dating is comparison, especially when it comes to experiences. Trips, fancy dinners, special places. The moment someone sees an ex getting something they didn't, it can turn into, wait, why wasn't I worth that? And look, that reaction isn't exclusive to women. People in general don't love feeling like they got the budget version while someone else got the premium package. But where it gets messy is when the response becomes performance instead of self-awareness. Trying to upgrade your look, your vibe, your whole personality just to feel good enough compared to whoever came after you. The irony is, a lot of men will straight up tell you, the relationship isn't won by turning yourself into a walking checklist. You don't build security by copying someone else's aesthetic. You build it by choosing better matches and focusing on mutual effort, respect, and consistency. Because if you're chasing someone who clearly isn't investing in you the way you want, the real question isn't, how do I compete harder? The question is, why am I trying to earn what should be freely given in the right relationship? So yeah, comparison can keep people stuck for way too long. And once dating becomes a scoreboard of who got what experience, you've already lost the plot. All right, let's move on to the next clip.
And now guys, for the main event of the video, I present this woman. She featured in a previous video. I will put the video again in case some of you didn't see it, but if you already saw it, you can skip this part.
Today, I had to take my car to the shop, and he offered to pick me up, and we go work out together. And we did, and it was wonderful. And then we went just for a quick Chick-fil-A lunch, and I had to get some grocery shopping done, and he came with me to get some groceries. And when we got up to pay, he wanted to pay for, why am I crying? He wanted to pay for the groceries for my family. And I didn't let him. And then we got to the car, and he told me to get in the car, and he would put all the groceries away. And I didn't let him.
Why are we crying, man? What?
I needed to help, right? And then he was like, I'll put the cart away. And I was like, no, I got it. I didn't let him. I'm not used to someone loving me this way, treating me this way. So it's like uncomfortable. And I'm so mad at myself for not letting him just be the man that he wanted to be.
Hold it in the laughter, boys.
And I'm going to tell him tonight and apologize. But I'm also really mad at myself that this man is probably only a couple inches taller than me. I don't know. He's probably like 5'7". You know, one of the dating apps, I've never went out with it. I never would go out with anyone under 6 foot. What the fuck? I also wouldn't go out with a man that had a blue collar job. What an asshole I am. This man is so great. treats me like a queen. And I don't know how to deal with it. I'm trying. I'm gonna learn. Yeah, I'm gonna learn. Because goddamn, like, yes, I will take that. I will take that. I don't care how tall you are and how much money you make. If you treat me like a queen and you're so kind to me like he is, I don't know if he's the one, but God, has he given me hope and changed my whole perspective on dating. So just wanted to give you all an update and let you see that I'm a crybaby.
Now I said he's a big simp because she's very masculine. She admitted to only dating guys over 6 feet and white collar. And I got over 100 messages from simps like you, yeah you, that said, oh no, he's not a simp, he's just a gentleman. No, he is a simp. A man that gives his time, energy, heart, money to a woman that doesn't deserve it is a simp. You guys that commented are the kind of white knights that will forgive a woman's past just because she said, I was stupid. But you don't realize that a woman like her doesn't change. So this video was recorded on the 21st of July, and this video where the man that she's talking about, aka the simp, appears is from about 3 weeks later.
Okay, baby. They know if when I told you I loved you, did you tell me that you loved me back?
I sure did.
So why you love me, boo?
Because you're sweet inside and out.
I got you fooled.
And you're beautiful. You're a loving woman.
Loving woman.
Loving. A little bit of gangster, a little bit.
I'm a little gangster.
She's a little bit
We like that.
And of course, after a few months, she didn't like the simp that treated her like a queen anymore and got back with her ex.
Can you step forward a little bit? Grumpy Grinch.
Stupid D's nut shirt.
Am I your girlfriend?
Yes.
I am your girlfriend.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And of course, it didn't last with him either.
It's New Year's Eve day and plans to go out with my boys. We broke up. Right. The ex is an ex again. Listen, what I do on TikTok is I show you the whole journey. I don't show you once I'm all healed and sparkly clean and great. No, I'm showing you the whole process.
So as I said, I was right about everything. A woman like this that has been looking for a certain type of man and dealing with a certain type of man doesn't want a simp that treats her like a queen. So all of you out there that questioned me and said I'm wrong, please unfollow my channel. I can't help you. You don't want help. You will always be the white knight that will save any woman regardless of her past or how she behaves. And I can't teach you anything because you won't listen until a woman like her breaks every belief you have. And guys, by the way, this is how she looks without any makeup.